So, the big news is out. Cadillac is officially on the Formula One grid, and they've already snapped up a couple of veteran drivers to get things rolling. But let's be real for a second. That's not the story we're all waiting for, is it? The real question, the big one, is who is the future of this all-American F1 dream?
Now, you might think they're still playing the field, weighing their options. But the truth? The master plan for their 2027 season is already locked in and moving. And trust me, every single piece of the puzzle points directly to one guy, the American IndyCar phenom, Colton Herta.
So, how can we be so sure? Well, we're going to break it all down. We'll look at how they've systematically taken his biggest roadblock off the table, why their veteran driver lineup is the perfect setup act, the absolute goldmine he represents for marketing, and finally, why the 2027 timeline is just pure genius.
Okay, for what feels like forever, there's been one major thing keeping Colton Herta out of an F1 seat: the FIA's super license point system. It's been a wall. But for a giant like Cadillac, that wall wasn't a problem. It was just a target they have now completely neutralized.
And here's exactly how they did it. It's this beautiful, simple three-step play. First, in 2026, Herta makes his strategic move to Formula 2 while also being the team's official test driver. Smart. Second, they'll slot him into 4 official Friday practice sessions, which banks him even more of those crucial points. And then, for the final step, you just combine all that with his already strong IndyCar results, and boom, he sails right past that 40-point requirement. Problem solved. Path cleared.
Right, so that brings up the next question. Why sign guys like Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez? Well, here's the secret. It has nothing to do with winning races in 2026. This is move number 1 in a much, much bigger game. They aren't the future of the team. They're here to build the foundation for it.
Think of it like a 2-phase launch. Phase 1, 2026, is all about the veterans, giving the team stability. They're there to give the engineers thousands of laps of data to set what they call a technical baseline, so they know what they're working with. But Phase 2, for 2027 and beyond, that's when you need a prodigy, a driver with that raw, unteachable speed, that X factor, to take a good car and start fighting for podiums.
And when you put them side by side, the plan becomes crystal clear. On one side, you have stability and development. On the other, you have the future, the guy you build your entire franchise around. You've got over 500 Grand Prix starts versus the youngest winner in IndyCar history. By the time 2027 rolls around, the veterans are in the twilight of their careers, while Herta, at age 27, will be hitting his absolute peak, both physically and as a marketing powerhouse.
And let's be absolutely clear about something. This isn't just about him being American. The guy's talent is legit. Herta's raw speed is just undeniable. You don't become the youngest winner in IndyCar history by accident. His pace in qualifying is the stuff of legend. He has that special something, that X factor that Cadillac desperately needs if they want to be a real contender. But his value? Oh, it goes way beyond what he does in the car.
Because this entire plan, this whole strategy, goes so far beyond the racetrack. This is about business. This is about unlocking the single most powerful financial and branding opportunity in all of modern motorsports. This is about conquering America for Formula One.
$450 million. Just let that sink in. That's the entry fee General Motors paid just for a spot on the F1 grid. You don't spend that kind of money to just hang out in the midfield. You spend it because you plan on building a global superpower.
And Colton Herta is the golden key that unlocks that entire kingdom. Think about it. An American driver in an American car from an iconic American brand. It's not just a nice story. For Formula One, that combination is the marketing holy grail.
So what does that actually look like? Well, it means Herta instantly opens the floodgates for huge American sponsors who've been sitting on the sidelines, just waiting for a real American hero to get behind. He creates that home team energy that turns casual viewers into diehard fans. We're talking about the Verstappen effect, but for the entire USA. This is exactly how GM's vision of a transatlantic superpower becomes a reality.
Okay, so if Herta is the guy, then why wait? Why not just throw him in the car for year 1 in 2026? Well, because in a project this big, timing is absolutely everything, and this plan is perfectly designed to set him up for instant success. The 2-season strategy is as simple as it is brilliant. 2026 is all about building. You let the experienced veterans take the hits, deal with the growing pains, gather all the data, and get the team's foundation right. Then, in 2027, Herta gets to step into a car that is stable, optimized, and full of data, ready to attack right from the very first race. And what that really means is he won't even be a true rookie. By the time he actually takes the grid for his first race in 2027, he'll be a fully embedded driver. He'll have already spent an entire year inside the F1 paddock, he'll have thousands of hours in the simulator, and he'll have real-world track time from those official practice sessions. He'll be more than ready. When you boil it all down, it's this simple. 2026 is about building credibility, but 2027, that's about forging an identity. And there is just no way you can launch a true all-American assault on Formula One without the fastest, most exciting American driver of his generation in the cockpit. The Colton Herta era at Cadillac isn't a question of if, it's just a matter of when.